everyone. Today, on this beautiful afternoon, we're going to read the article Famous Inventors. We're going to talk about three specific inventors, what they invented, and how these inventions changed our lives. And then we're going to be talking about a new concept at the end. So I'm going to have the computer read the story. I will stop it once in a while. So we can think about how these inventors changed our lives for the better. So let me go ahead and start.
Extended read 1. Remember to annotate as you read.
Famous Inventors by Margaret McNamara. Introduction. An inventor is someone who creates something new. An inventor also finds new ways to do things. An inventor works to solve problems. Get ready to meet and read about three famous inventors. They were also scientists. Find out what they invented. Learn what problems they solved. See how their inventions change the way people live every day.
Thomas Alva Edison. Alexander Graham Bell. George Washington Carver.
Thomas Alva Edison, 1837 to 1931. Thomas Alva Edison loved to read and to learn. He also loved to try to make new things. In 1869, he came up with his first big invention. He made improvements to a machine used by the stock market. His invention was so good that he was paid $30,000. That is like $1 million today. Edison decided to become a full-time inventor. That turned out to be good for the entire world.
On August 12th, 1377, Edison invented the first phonograph.
During his lifetime, Edison and his workers came up with more than 1,000 inventions. He is best known for inventing the first long-lasting electric light bulb. He also invented the phonograph. The first phonograph made recordings of people talking or singing. He invented the first movie camera too. When you're up one night watching a movie or listening to music, think about Thomas Edison.
Edison tested the first successful incandescent lamp.
Okay, so our good friend Edison invented three very important things that definitely make our lives easier and more enjoyable today. Can you think of one of the things that he invented in this paragraph? Well, if you said light bulb, you are correct. He did invent the light bulb. And of course, it has improved our lives today because we can just switch on a light switch and ding, we have light. And it's a safer source of light. We don't have to use candles anymore like they did in the old days, which is a lot safer. So we could thank Edison for the light bulb. Also, I underlined this word phonograph because not many people have heard of this word, and I underlined the definition. The first phonograph made recordings of people talking or singing. So a phonograph made recordings of people talking or singing. So if you listen to the radio or listen to music on your device, you can thank Edison for that, for making up the phonograph in the first place. which morphed into the radio and our devices where we can listen to music. And he also invented the movie camera. So we can go to the movies now or watch movies at home, thanks to our good friend Edison. Thank you, Edison. Okay, let's move on to Alexander Graham Bell.
Alexander Graham Bell, 1847 to 1922. Alexander Graham Bell had a lifelong interest in communication. He was also interested in the human voice. Bell's mother was deaf. His father was a speech teacher. In 1872, Bell began to tutor deaf children. He also worked to make a better telegraph. A telegraph sends and receives coded sound messages. The sounds were beeps and clicks. Each sound stood for a letter. A telegraph was the only way people could talk to each other from far away.
Bell experimented with the harmonic telegraph.
Bell wanted to invent a machine that would send and receive the human voice. He worked on his idea for years. In 1876, Bell showed the world the first telephone. People in different places could now hear one another's voices.
So, ta da! What did Alexander Graham Bell invent? The telephone. So, thanks to him, we can talk to each other now. We don't have to send each other a letter, or we don't have to walk to someone's house to give them a message. We can call them on the telephone. So, thank you, Alexander Graham Bell, for your invention. Awesome. Now, let's read about George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver, 1864 to 1943. George Washington Carver was an African American. He was born a slave in Missouri. Slavery ended in 1865. As Carver grew up, he loved to learn about plants. When he was old enough, Carver went to college. He was the first black student at Iowa State Agricultural College. He studied everything he could about plants.
Southern farmers grew only cotton.
After college, Carver became a teacher. He taught students and farmers about plants. Most farmers in the southern United States grew cotton. Carver wanted them to grow other plants as well. He knew that would help farmers make more money. He knew it would be good for the soil too. Carver taught farmers how to grow peanut plants. He taught them how to grow sweet potato plants too. He invented hundreds of new uses for peanuts and sweet potatoes. Because of Carver, farmers had better lives, and everyone benefited from his inventions.
Carver invented ways to make ink, soap, and glue from peanuts.
What? That's crazy. So, George Washington Carver helped farmers to become better farmers and to become more productive. And he also found ways to make all these crazy things from peanuts: ink, soap, and glue. Wow. Well, we definitely benefit from those things today, don't we? We always use ink, soap, and glue. All right. Thank you, George Washington Carver, for your awesome inventions.
Inventors: Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, George Washington Carver. Inventions: phonograph, light bulb, telephone, peanuts, milk, soap, sweet potatoes.
Conclusion. Inventors create new things. They also work to solve problems. Some inventors make things that change the way people live. Other inventors find better ways to do things. The inventors in this book all change the world for the better.
Okie dokes. Well, some very important inventors, right? Very awesome people who made our lives better today. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is, oh, good, it's right here. Awesome. Something called author's purpose. And I'm going to type that out just so you can see author's purpose in writing. Okay, so we know what an author is. An author is someone who writes something, right? For example, the author of this article is Margaret McNamara, or McNamara, as they like to pronounce it on this program. So, author is someone who writes something. Purpose means the reason why you do something. So, for example, the purpose of going to a movie theater is to watch a movie, right? The purpose to going to Disneyland is to go on rides and have fun. The purpose of going to the grocery store is to buy food. Okay. So, purpose is the reason that you do things. So, when we say author's purpose, we're talking about the reason that the author wrote something. Now, knowing what we know about the article, how Margaret McNamara wrote about three very important inventors and how they changed our lives, what can we say about why she wrote the article? Well, maybe because she wanted us to know about these three inventors and to give us information about them. So let's write that down. The reason why Margaret McNamara, oops, that should be an M over there, wrote this article was to give us information about some inventors and their inventions. Okay, we will talk more about author's purpose in other articles and stories. And now you know a little bit about author's purpose.